Aloha Yellow 6, this is Mrs. Kama once again. Today's lesson we are going to focus on metaphors and similes. Now you will find the resource slides on this on slides 15 and 18, and on the assignment slides you'll locate it on slides 5 to 10. So we'll be covering the similes and metaphors worksheet, and again you can also refer to the resource slides 15 to 18 and the assignment slides 5 to 10. So let's go over what is a metaphor and what is a simile. First of all, what is a metaphor? A metaphor is a figure of speech that says one thing is the same as something else. What is a simile? A simile is a type of metaphor where two things are compared using the word like or as. So please note, similes and metaphors are often confused, but there is a difference. A metaphor says that a person, place, or thing is the same as another person, place, or thing, whereas a simile uses a comparison to show a similarity without saying the two things are the same, and they use the word like or as. Now let's compare. Metaphor: her beautiful voice is music to my ears. In a simile, her beautiful voice is like music to my ears. So in this example, the metaphor defines her voice as music to my ears, while the simile only compares her voice to music. Now, can you spot the simile in these next two examples? Judy is a silly clown. Judy is as silly as a clown. Okay, Judy is defined as a silly clown in the first sentence, whereas she is compared to a silly clown in the second sentence. So the second sentence, which compares Judy to a silly clown, is the simile. Okay, so remember, when they're comparing two things, that's a simile, and it uses the word like or as. The first sentence is a metaphor where it's saying that first thing is that second thing. Now, common similes. She is as sleepy as a bear. It is comparing she with a bear. That bread is as hard as rock. It is comparing the bread with rock, a rock. Her hair is as soft as a cloud. It is comparing her hair with a cloud. That metal is as sharp as a knife. It is comparing that metal with a knife. He is as pale as a ghost. It is comparing he with a ghost. She is as poor as dirt. It is comparing she with dirt. The light is as hot as the sun. It is comparing the light with the sun. The dog is as fast as lightning. It is comparing the dog with lightning. He is as blind as a bat. It is comparing he with a bat. She is as silly as a goose. It is comparing she with a goose. He is as sick as a dog. It is comparing he with a dog. Her eyelashes flutter like butterfly. It is comparing her eyelashes with butterfly. Her eyes are blue like the ocean. It is comparing her eyes with the ocean. Okay, so you can see the similes are comparing two unlike things using the word like or as. Now, written as metaphor. Remember, metaphors is saying one thing is the other. So she is a sleepy bear. So it's saying that she's a sleepy bear. That bread is a hard rock. Her hair is soft cloud. That metal is a sharp knife. He is a pale ghost. She is dirt poor. The light is a hot sun. The dog is lightning fast. He is a blind bat. She is a silly goose. He is a sick dog. Her eyelashes are a fluttering butterfly. Her eyes are a blue ocean. So you see, the metaphors is saying one thing is the other. It's not comparing. It's saying one thing is the other. So this brings us to the simile and metaphor task cards. Using the knowledge you just learned about simile and metaphor, you're going to apply it on these task cards. So you're going to follow the directions and instructions on each task card, and you're going to drag and drop the arrow to choose the correct answer. So let's go back to this, and let me just go so I can pull it up. All right, so you're going to drag and drop the arrow at the bottom next to the correct answer. So the question is, which of the following sentence is simile? It says she is super fast. She is as fast as lightning. She likes to be super fast, and she always wins races with her speed. So in analyzing these four options, okay, we know that a simile is comparing two things that are unlike each other, and it uses the word as or like. So she is super fast. It doesn't compare one or another. It's saying she's super fast. So no, that's not a simile. She is as fast as lightning. Okay, it's comparing she with lightning, and it has the word as. That's the best one. But let's look at the others just to make sure. C, she likes to be super fast. Okay, it has the word likes, but the way it's using in this context, it's saying like is like she enjoys being super fast. So no, that's not the right one. And she always wins races with her speed. So it's not making a comparison, and it doesn't have the word like or as. So the best bet is letter B. So I'm going to hover over this arrow, and I'm going to bring it to letter B, and voila. Okay, so that's how you are going to do each of your task cards. You will go ahead and hover over it and move it to where it belongs for your answers. All right, now let me just move this back. Okay, and so I want to show you that on these task cards, it's going to ask you to either identify what is a simile or what is a metaphor. Okay, again, what is a simile or a metaphor? But it will also ask you, if they give you a statement, they're going to ask you to identify whether it's a simile, metaphor, or neither. If it's a simile, remember, a simile compares two unlike things using the word like or as. And a metaphor says one thing is the other. So if it doesn't show either of them, then you're going to choose the word neither. I want to let you know that as you do these task cards, okay, always keep in mind the difference between a simile and a metaphor. Now, there are approximately 36 task cards that you will be completing. So take your time in answering each of this and apply what you learn about a simile and a metaphor. Okay, explaining what the difference is between those two things. All right, enjoy and do your best. Don't settle for less than your best. Aloha.